So there have been, or has been, a pretty critical change made in Steppenwolf. Now I think it's called Cleave, which used to punch through death proof and immunities and still kill you, does not do that anymore. Cross Cleave, that's what the name is. It doesn't do that anymore. So let's see how that changes my approach and our approach to Steppenwolf. Let's get to the video.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die!
Hi guys, I'm Gravity here, and this is a DC Rose Collab video. In this video, I am going to go very simply into fighting Steppenwolf. Right now, I want to see how the interaction is with him now that his cross cleave does not like immediately just one-shot kill whoever is there, regardless of whether they have immunity or not. This makes me want to lean into characters like Superman, DCU, Superman, OG, Aquaman. Now that I have him, I don't think I've ever used, I think I used Aquaman against Steppenwolf last week, but, and then Peacemaker, who has the screwdriver helmet on him right now. So first things first, this condition is met, which is, dampen characters with rank 5 or higher type of characters. Okay, so if I took them, they get a bonus, I guess. And then this one here requires 0 tanks. Huh? So I'm not allowed to have any tanks on the team. I have to remove the tanks. Yo. Okay. Y'all want to play this game? All right. Y'all want to play this game? Okay. 1 second. Play that game. Okay. No. We cool. No, I'm not even mad. I'm not mad. You're mad. I'm not upset. I'm not irritated. That's you. That's you, bro. I'm cool. I'm easy with it right now. And then here's the other thing too. Peacemaker's piece right here is for tanks only. So you literally can only use Superman DCU and hope that his immunity is the thing that gets cracked. So then why'd you remove cross cleave in the first place? Yo. So the first week that Brad is saying it, Runes is saying it, Mr. T, or like no Mr. T, but XP, like the first week of the whole no cleaves thing, and you can't use the tanks. If you can't use the tanks, I can't use also the Peacemaker helmet. So then it's the same thing. Superman DCU will be the survivor. Whoop-de-frickin-do. All right. Okay. How nice. All right, let's remove, how do I want to do this? If I'm going to be using superpower damage, that's so lame. If I'm going to be using superpower damage, I still haven't like ranked up my Sinestro yet, but we will do that at some point. We're going to remove you and then put in Kid Flash for the heals. I would like to use his team synergy, but I guess it's better to use his now. Plus, I think his team synergy requires a tank. Let's go ahead and put DCU going first. Raven, then Sinestro. Let's see how the battle goes, and then I can move them around. Yo. Sickasil. Have you tested out Stewart and his counter yet? He is pretty wild in Elseworld. No, I haven't had a chance to test him out yet. I'm looking forward to it. I have him set up. I could take him rank 8, but right now it goes, I got to get Sinestro up to rank 9, Bane to rank 9, and then I'm going to work on Mara and Stewart. So that's the order of operations. I want to see what happens with this cross cleave. Because if he targets Superman DCU, we're good. If he targets Mr. Terrific, we're good, because Mr. Terrific can direct it towards Superman DCU. So at least that first cross cleave will be survived. Everything else is obnoxious about this situation. And truth be told, I think this is just them trying to give you the whole, you have Superman, you have all of the Justice Gang. So here's your benefit. So I guess a good amount of damage. I have not seen where he's used cross cleave yet. And he does it to Sinestro immediately. Thank you, Raven. I can't use the Bride, who does revive on herself. Great. Great. I crashed the boss with Superman, DCU, Mr. Terrific, Zatanna, Raven, and Constantine. Okay. Well, my Sinestro is stronger than my Constantine. So hopefully that's good. Zatanna was who I was debating between Kid Flash and Zatanna. Those were my two debates. And Zatanna would be a good thing because of the crit that she could put out and help increase damage. And she does provide heals as well. So, wow, he does no damage to us. Other than cross cleave, he doesn't really do damage to us like that. Okay. And now with Raven doing the revive thing, she's already made it past her few turns. So her revive cooldown should be all good to go. So, I mean, it's working. And to be fair, it wasn't the I was able to do this before anyway because my roster is relatively deep. So Napo, not older character, but an older player than me, says do Soups, Mr. T, Sinestro, Raven, and Constantine. So the only thing you've changed is that you have Constantine in over Kid Flash. Okay. Because truth be told, now that I see Kid Flash in here doing the thing, it does not feel like he's necessary. Because aside from Steppenwolf one-shotting whoever, he's not doing that much damage. I say, and then he wipes us all out. He's not doing a stupid amount of damage that I can't recover from. So it's not that bad in terms of that concept. It is that bad. Not that. Being dramatic is fine. It does feel kind of like a gotcha moment. Oh, geez. Why does that number even need to be that high when you kill Sinestro? He doesn't have that much health. No, it does feel like kind of bait and switch. What was it called in the movie Lucky Number 11? A very underrated movie, an amazing movie. What was it called in Lucky Number 11? I cannot remember the name of what that bait and switch move was called. But yeah, that. Does Cross Cleave have a longer cooldown now? Maybe. They didn't mention that in the thing. I'm not seeing it. I've seen it pop off twice, and I haven't noticed. I didn't notice it before, but I will, to your point, I will argue, and maybe that was just because I was frustrated that everybody was dying. It did feel like it was going off more previously. Oh, there's that large damage that makes me kind of happy that I do have Kid Flash on the team coming at the end of the battle. To be fair as well, as I'm complaining, I've never done this much damage to Steppenwolf. Ever. I've never done this much damage. So maybe he also got a little bit of like a stat adjustment, to your point also about the cross cleave having a longer cooldown. Maybe there was some other stuff in the background, because right now as I see it, I've never touched this. This is probably close to double. There he goes again. And then she just revives immediately. So he does have a longer cooldown, or not, maybe he doesn't. But it seems as though whenever he does the cross cleave, Raven is already sat there ready to go. Like she's already down for the cause. So if I'm being fair, this is I think almost double whatever I've done at the highest. And not to say how do I put it? My account isn't that much bigger than it was last week. So maybe I'm being a negative Nate. Maybe that's me being negative. Maybe it is an improvement and I'm just too stuck on the fact that there's no tanks allowed, and I can't, because we did survive the whole thing. We did make it. However, that wasn't an issue for me before per se, but then the cross cleave having to keep up with Raven having to revive people and the heals and whatever else, that could be that those slight changes might have made the difference. All right, we'll put in Constantine real quick, and then we'll call it a video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. Appreciate the people on stream too, helping me out, consoling me during my time of like, what is this? All right, so albeit I don't want Constantine to go ahead of these people. Okay, ahead of Raven. Let's see, ahead of Raven. We'll put him there. I should have looked at the stats before I closed it up. Yeah, see, Muffin Smasher says he also doubled his previous score too. There might have been something else that happened in the background in his kit that I'm not aware of. I did read through the whole Brother Eye thing, and maybe I only focused on the part of it where it was cross cleave no longer kills through invulnerables. Let me double check. I can do that here while that's running in the background, that I didn't miss something else with regards to stats or something. To be fair, this is what Runes said, although I thought I was doing this before. Steppenwolf is no reduction to superpower damage, and you're using superpower damage except for Kid Flash. And well, now Constantine does have the superpower damage. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. But I was using, well, was I using Mr. Terrific before? No. The last team you saw me have up there was like Aquaman, Superman, etc., etc. So, was I going at him wrong? Yeah, the only thing that changed, Steppenwolf's cross cleave will no longer bypass invulnerability. That's the only thing that changed on this kit. So it could just be as simple as I was misplaying and should have had Mr. Terrific and them boys superpower damage all along. This is the part where I get worried when using Constantine though. When the health is low and I don't have a healer, Mr. Terrific might be able to pull something out of his hat right now. Uh-oh. Let's see. Oh, but it may be Mr. Terrific if he wasn't already at the very back of the order. Oh, man. Yeah. Spag was saying like it feels like he used to use it like almost every time. It felt previously, it felt like he was doing it like, to be fair, like every other turn. He was using cross cleave, and last match he used it 3 times. So, I guess there's something to that. My score is already up to 131 with Constantine. Thank you, Napo. Already up to 100. Yo, was that the second time he did that or the first time? So did he punch through that invulnerability or nah? Was that the second time he hit Superman DCU like that? I guess I'll figure it out when the video comes back. When I go to edit the video. But I mean, by turn 8, if he was targeting Sinestro or well, he hit Sinestro the first time, right? Or did he? Or am I thinking of the last match? See, I'm too busy talking. I'm just over here chit-chatting. Yeah, see, now this is where the damage comes in and I get bothered. But let's see. Let's give it a minute. Maybe we'll be okay. So the damage is more, I think, in those few rounds. I think I had 185,000 before. That seems like a waste of an ultimate. Uh-oh. So I may not make it to the end of the battle, but I probably will have a higher score. Unless he decides to do cross cleave like now. Let's go ahead and move this up. So, please subscribe. If you don't like it, hit subscribe and hit dislike. I'm okay with that as well. There's Mr. Terrific popping back up, I think. Okay, yeah. So now it's kind of outpacing Raven, but we are at a new personal best though, so it does work. So if you got him, shout out to Napo for the advice. Ooh, that took out everybody. Ooh, we didn't make it. But we have a new higher score. So if you want to try to survive a little bit longer, you put in Kid Flash over Constantine. Other than that, see, look, now I don't even get my personal best. What y'all doing to me? Other than that, use Superman, DCU, Mr. Terrific, Sinestro, and Raven. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.